Hi everyone! So this is going to be a rant video regarding Lacey Evans and Shane McMahon. Before I jump into my rant, of course, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel as well as tapping the notification bell to be alerted every single upload that I post for you guys, because I wouldn't want to put in all this effort to film and edit and upload and then you guys don't get notified. That would be a bummer. So definitely tap the notification bell to be ensured every single time I upload. Okay, so getting into this rant portion of the video, I am going to be discussing Lacey Evans as well as Shane McMahon. But it's funny because I'm going to be dragging Shane and I'm going to be defending Lacey. So I guess I'm going to start off on a positive note. I'm going to talk about Lacey Evans. So Lacey Evans, I've always liked Lacey. I always thought that she had a different, unique character and she kind of brought something different to the division for the women. So I always thought it was cool. So I never thought she was like amazing in the ring or anything like that. I think that she's decent in the ring. I think that she gets a really bad rap and I don't know why. You know, everybody botches in wrestling. You know, it's so funny because I'll see on Twitter, Lacey does a botch here or there. She gets scolded by people on Twitter and social media in general, while Samoa Joe could botch, The Miz could botch, Roman could botch, Drew McIntyre could botch, anybody could botch, and it doesn't get highlighted. But when Lacey does it, it gets motherfucking highlighted. Why? Why? Because she's new? Why? You don't like her? Is that what it is? Is it just favoritism? Is it bias? Because that's definitely what it's looking like. So I'm going to rewind a little bit to when Lacey started out. So she started in NXT in April 2016. She never had like a super prominent role on NXT, but her gimmick and character work has always been top notch in my opinion. Lacey then gets called up to the main roster January 2019, and she cuts a promo on Alexa Bliss going into the Royal Rumble. She basically states that she's going to be the Rumble. She then has a very impressive Rumble appearance at, I think, 30 minutes, which was great for her debut. She starts at number 1 of the Rumble. From that moment on, she then gets a 2.5-month gimmick where she walks down the ramp, she struts down the ramp, and then walks back up again. It was kind of annoying, to be honest, because you didn't know what was going to happen with her character work and her gimmick. So the only takeaway from that was that she was getting consistent airtime every single week on Monday and Tuesday nights for Raw and SmackDown. So she was being remembered because she was getting that constant appearances on Raw and SmackDown, which was good for her because it wasn't like she was being forgettable like EC3. Like, he debuted and then he wasn't being showcased for 6 weeks. Like, what the hell? So at least she was getting consistent exposure. So the night after Mania, Becky Lynch is cutting a promo thanking the fans. Lacey Evans then comes out and gives Becky Lynch the woman's right, thus starting a feud for Lacey Evans, her first feud on the main roster, which was fun. It was cool for what it was. I thought it was going to be a lot better, but whatever. I'll get into that in a little bit. Lacey Evans then goes on to have her first ever women's title match with Becky Lynch at Money in the Bank. And it wasn't a good match, to be honest. I don't think that they have chemistry, to be honest. I don't think Becky is as good as people make her out to be. And I think Lacey, to be honest, I have to say, I think she was a little green to be given a title shot right out the gate like that. I think that she should have definitely built herself up on the main roster for at least 6 months to a year before getting a title shot. She did the best she could with what was given to her. And I'm not faulting Lacey at all. I'm actually coming to her aid and her defense because I think a lot of people on social media are a little bit too hard on Lacey Evans. You know, she's just doing her job. You know, a lot of people are like, you can't wrestle. She absolutely can wrestle, you fucking idiot. She's not the greatest wrestler by any means, but she's definitely good enough. You know, it's funny because people will stan Bailey and they'll stan Alexa and they'll stan these girls who obviously are crap in the ring, you know, and they'll give Lacey a hard time. But for what? You know, it's so funny because Alexa comes to mind the most. You know, she's got the biggest fan base ever, but she's botching every single fucking match she wrestles in. And don't say she doesn't, because she does. And I don't mind Alexa, but like, y'all have to realize, like, botches are going to occur in wrestling. Like, nobody is going to wrestle a perfect match every single time they wrestle. Okay? Lacey Evans did what she had to do, and I absolutely love Lacey. Okay? I really, really do. People are not giving her a chance, and they're not giving her the credit she deserves. Now, I'm going to jump into the main event for Stomping Grounds. Lacey Evans was a special guest referee, and she hit it out of the park. She did what she had to do. She was that amazing heel, conniving referee, and I was loving every second of it. She was busting Rollins' chops, and it was great. It was absolutely perfect. And Lacey's character work is incredible. She's incredible on the mic. And I just think that she really is a hidden gem. Of course, there's room to improve, and she is going to improve. You have to realize she was never the center of attention in NXT, and to be propelled to the main roster and to be pushed into this storyline with Becky Lynch, who happens to be, like, quite arguably the biggest woman in the entire women's division right now, top 3 probably in WWE as a whole, whether you're male or female. She is, you know, not used to something like this. Lacey's not used to something like this. So you've got to give her a little room to grow here. I think her window of opportunity is amazing, and I think she's got a lot of years left, and I'm so excited to see what Lacey Evans can do. But this is just to the haters that are being very hard on Lacey, saying that she can't wrestle. She absolutely can wrestle. I'm not saying she's the best, because she's not, but she is a solid hand to have, especially as a heel. She's definitely a very solid heel, and she does amazing character work. I think her work is incredible. But y'all have to be consistent. Y'all can't drag Lacey, but then praise Alexa when Alexa's botching all over the place in the ring, you know? So I'm going to definitely clock that BS that you guys do on Twitter. Y'all are dumb. Lacey's amazing. I love her, and I fully believe in her. And I definitely think she'll be champ someday. Maybe in the next couple of months. I don't know. I would totally be here for it, because I'm really over the Becky show. I'm really sick of her shit, to be honest. So that's that. If you didn't like it, too bad. Now, on to Shane McMahon. Oh, Lord. Shane McMahon. So I did drag Shane McMahon when he returned, and you can refer to my video that I filmed in February 2016 for that, if you'd like clarification. So, Shane McMahon, I have to say I can't be surprised. Who would have ever thought that Shane would be the top heel in the company in 2019? Daddy's little boy, Shane McMahon. So, I don't know why Vince is doing this. I don't know why he's punishing us with the oversaturation and the overexposure of Shane McMahon. He was a decent babyface, but as a heel, he is way too overexposed. Like, way too overexposed. Like, he legit has go-away heat. And that's the problem, when you're literally pushing somebody on Raw and SmackDown, and now you implement this wild card rule where you can go on any brand you want, and it literally is only for the top tier talent, It's just ridiculous. Honestly, it's just killing it for me, and it's been dead for a while. So here's my main issue with Shane. So the fact that Drew McIntyre is his henchman, Drew McIntyre can lose clean to Roman every single night, no big deal. But Shane McMahon's going to win clean with Roman? Something's very, very wrong here. You have the talent of the caliber of Drew McIntyre, somebody who is so incredible in that ring, right? He can constantly lose. But Shane's going to get the victory. 50-year-old Shane McMahon, who gives below average performances in the ring, he's going to defeat Roman. But then Drew McIntyre, who goes out there and does the best he can, puts on amazing matches, he's just going to take the L every single time. Something is dramatically wrong here with the booking. And I'm sure Vince thinks that his son is such a huge draw, but this ain't it, Chief. This is not the way to do it. I'm so sick and tired of Shane. It is unbelievable. He's been a heel for 4 months now, and I've had it officially. Like, I can't. So Shane defeated Roman at Stomping Grounds. I can't even believe I'm saying this with a straight face. He defeats Roman at Stomping Grounds with the help of Drew McIntyre, and at Extreme Rules, we get The Undertaker and Roman versus Shane and Drew. And we all know Shane is going to pin Taker. Oh, just take a minute for that to process in your brains. Shane is most likely going to defeat Taker. I'm so sick of this shit. And Vince wonders why the ratings are in the toilet. Well, that is because you have your 50-year-old son as the prominent heel throughout the entire company. Somebody has to shake Vince McMahon and wake him up, because he is in a freaking coma if he thinks that this is getting over, because it's absolutely not. It's not even helping Roman get over. It really isn't, because it's also making Roman look terrible having a storyline with Shane McMahon. Like, this is just so dumb. The typical McMahon versus the top babyface storyline has been beaten to death hundreds of times before, and it's getting recycled again and again and again now with Shane McMahon versus Roman. You have the evil Shane McMahon going up against the lovable babyface Roman Reigns, and Drew McIntyre is the one that does a disservice to him the most out of anybody in this feud. It does a disservice to McIntyre's ability in the ring and his character, and, you know, constantly taking the L to Roman is hurting Drew, because Drew is such an incredible talent. So yes, it is doing a disservice to Drew McIntyre the most out of anybody in this feud. Drew McIntyre deserves so much better, and I can only wish that Paul Heyman, being the creative director for Raw, I hope that Paul Heyman can do something really, really good for Drew McIntyre, because this is not it. Drew is suffering the most from this. And, you know, Shane McMahon is going to be on his way out soon. He's 50 years old. You know, like I said, he's putting on below average performances in the ring. You know, Roman's always going to be the top guy, so Roman's always going to be secure. I'm very nervous for Drew McIntyre, because Drew McIntyre is kind of he's in that unique role where he's the henchman's help, you know. But at the end of the day, when this feud dies, where does Drew McIntyre go? I hope that Drew McIntyre could be a top-notch heel, and I really hope that he could win that Universal title sooner than later and defeat Seth Rollins. That's my goal, and hopefully Heyman has that in mind as well, because a new guy needs to win. And Drew McIntyre is not even a new guy. It's just he definitely needs to fucking win, because I'm sick of Drew McIntyre getting overlooked and underutilized. Shane McMahon has got to go. It is a fucking chore to watch every single week with the Shane Show on Raw and SmackDown. No wonder why the ratings are so down, because ain't nobody want to watch a 50-year-old man be the top heel in the company. What the fuck? Like, you got to build your current talent. I say it every fucking video, I feel like. But you really do. And hopefully with the help of Bischoff and Heyman, they can sort of build new stars. And Vince will give them the green light to do so because of their accolades and their, obviously, their influential presence in WWE and WCW and ECW. So they have a laundry list of accomplishments, and hopefully they could do just that. But right now, I'm so done with Shane. I'm so over Shane McMahon. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you agree, disagree, why. Give your opinions, of course. I love to talk to you guys. And if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as well as tapping the notification bell, and hit me up on social media. Follow me at ValinaWWE on Instagram and Twitter. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.